Good morning and welcome to day number 2 as we're broadcasting live from the Jackson County Fair on our live video stream page at exploreokoboji.com, as well as attempting to bring you the broadcast on our Facebook for KKOJ Radio and our Explore Okoboji YouTube pages as well. This Wednesday morning we will be featuring the Lamb Leads and the Sheep Show. In this morning's show, we would like to remind you that these broadcasts have been made possible by Extended Ag Services, Federated REA, Farmers and Merchants State Bank, Sunshine Foods, C&B Operations, Southwest Minnesota Broadband, Boquet Building Supply, and Security State Bank. Stay tuned as the Lamb Lead and the Sheep Show will be starting very soon.
Good morning. Welcome to the 2020 Open Class Sheep Show here at Jackson County, the 152nd Jackson County Fair. Before all shows, I have to make an announcement, and these are courtesy of the Fair Board and the State Department. First off, social distancing is encouraged. Second, masks are encouraged if you cannot social distance and you are not with your family unit. Next, please wash and sanitize your hands. There are hand washing and sanitizing stations outside the show pavilion to the south and by each one of the livestock barns, and also over by the food court. Please respect that every other bleacher row is closed. Please respect show pavilion and livestock office entrances and exits. Respect traffic flow signs. They're the green arrows along the cement. They said on this sheet they're little, but they're actually pretty good size. Please, no gathering in the stalls or staging areas. Exhibitors and families, please limit folks in the staging area to just the exhibitor and one other person. Exhibitors, please strive to maintain 6 feet distance between each exhibit in the show ring. And we'll do the best we can with that. So those are the announcements I'm supposed to make prior to each show. We are going to begin with our breeding sheep show, starting with our Suffolk breed ewe lambs and then the yearling ewes. They'll go into South Downs, then Dorsets, speckled face, weather dams, and then we'll go into the overalls. Then we'll have market classes, followed by the Peewee class, and then showmanship. We'll conclude our sheep show with the showmanship. There are programs like this around on the first step. If you don't find one, check in with our office with Maggie Post here. All right, it's 8:01. Did that in a hurry. Let's go ahead and begin. Looks like we have our entries here. So if we could bring in our Suffolk ewe lambs, we'll be introducing these people as they come in, these exhibitors, and also in class. Paige, if you're ready, bring it in. Bring her in. Here we come. First in is Paige Benda. Next, we have Julia Bidney. And coming in next is Thomas Bidney. And Meditatus is helping him lead. All right. Corey Christopher is going to be helping in the, are you going to help in the show ring? Okay, I guess. He just got promoted. All right. Now, during the course of the day, we'll be asking you to give these classes an appreciation with your hands and applause. And once we get them set up, it's probably a good time to show that appreciation. So we'll let them set up here. All right, let's put our hands together for this class, our first class. There we go.
Good morning. Happy to be here this morning, getting out and doing some stuff everybody likes to do here. Started out with a real good class of Suffolk ewe lambs. For county fair, this is very good quality from top to bottom. There's not a bad sheep in this class. One I'm going to start out with is just one's got a little bit more size frame to it. There's also one of the heavier bone lambs in the class, by far the biggest top lamb in the class. A lot of volume and structural soundness, this ewe lamb. One in second, gets closer to the second and third. I think this one in second moves out a little freer than the one in third, and that's kind of, it's at my place today. Doesn't roach up quite as much as she walks, but very sound, complete ewe lamb. Really like the front end, one in third here, good bone, good length. Just like the freer up when she moves down her top line. Thank you.
First in that class went to Paige Benda, second to Julia Bidney, third to Thomas Bidney. That was our Suffolk ewe lambs. We have just the one yearling that Parker Benda will be bringing out. If we could get some people to let them know in the barns that would like the South Down ewe lambs in the staging area. South Down ewe lambs. We will be asking the first and second in each class to come back for the overall breeding show champion. So Parker, come on in. So on the ring right now we have a yearling Suffolk ewe, so that means she was a year old this last winter, or this last January and February. And last year she didn't like her legs touched, she still doesn't this year.
Just one ewe in the class here. A really good ewe, really love her down her top line. Good dimension from fore to rear, good rack shape, loin. Just really nice, sound, put together ewe that she can handle a lot of competition here, but ewe that you really appreciate all the way through.
Let's send her up a nice round of applause there. All right, let's bring in our South Down ewe lambs. South Down ewe lambs. They can't hear me out there, Corey. right, coming into the ring is our Southdown ewe lambs. First out is Hannah Kazimba. Oh, that's Rachel, I'm sorry. I guessed wrong again. Then followed by Hannah Kazimba. Then Kiara Hunt. Followed by Sylvia Nessett and Kiana Erickson. These are our Southdown ewe lambs. Just hang on a minute, we'll get them set and then we'll show appreciation here. All right, let's put our hands together for our Southdown ewe lambs. Our show judge for today is Jim Scholerman. He hails from Everly, Iowa. He raises Suffolk, Southdowns, and baby doll sheep. His kids show those. He is a vet and feedlot consultant. Let's put our hands together for Jim Scholerman, please. Few announcements. We do have vouchers for each of our 4-H'ers. We have some anonymous donors that have donated to help support the youth and our food vendors out here. So they can pick up a voucher here in the office from Maggie Post. They're for to use at the food vendors around the fairgrounds. There are also free face masks there that were made by some of our youth in the general livestock or general non-livestock exhibit area. We have a couple youngsters that have made face masks, and you're free to take those. We also have 2 spots to make donations towards the vouchers for the 4-H'ers, plus towards the Fair Board, who has kept this show going. So we're very, very grateful that we could have our livestock shows. Corey right here is one of our superintendents of the show. Matt Benda, oh, he disappeared on me. Yeah, he did. He's somewhere out there. And Jim Nessett, our show superintendents. Be sure and thank them. And then this one's probably, now that I kind of have your attention, or maybe I lost it. Clean out the pens when you're done. Otherwise, they will withhold your auction check. There is an auction on Saturday, and incidentally, there is a young lady, Stacey Christophers, that will be putting together a slideshow for the auction. So if you plan to have your animal in the premier auction, please take a picture with the animal and the exhibitor so that she can put those in the slideshow. They've been handing out her business card with the back card numbers. If you did not receive one of her business cards, please check with in the office here. And again, please try to take a picture with the exhibitor and their animal so that we can put that slideshow together for Saturday. As long as we have them together over here, our young man with the red shirt, Daniel Condon, is here from the pilot to take pictures. And so when we have champions and reserves, we'd like to have you go to the I'll call it photo booth to the north side of the building here, and we'll have your pictures taken for the pilot. Also next to him is KKOJ's Mitch, and we are live streaming the show. And if you go to exploreokoboji.com, you can watch the show live. So exploreokoboji.com.
Really, really strong class stock on lambs here. This first pair of lambs, really close decision for me. I think when you look at them, both were designed very similar to rib shape. up to the front end. Top's very good. The one in second might have just a touch, in my opinion, advantage a little bit over rack and top. So when you look at the one in first, you got one that's just a touch more length of body and perhaps a little bit more shape and design coming through her hip and center portion of her leg, but very close to them, both very sound, very functional used. UM in third here. Beats the one in fourth, just a little bit, got a little bit more leg shape to her, coming from the rear. Very good through her front end, very good bone and structural sound used. The one in fourth I really appreciate. She really nice touch to this UM for south down. Very good attractive profile from the pattern, from the side. You just maybe just gives up just a touch muscle dimension, and probably just a little flesh to the three ahead of her. The fifth place UM here, another very nice UM. Real appreciate the look and design for her. Real attractive UM and can handle a lot of competition on her own. She just gives up that extra dimension we need to have her have today. But all five very nice UMs.
First in class is Kiana Erickson. Second, Sylvia Nesset. Third, Kiara Hunt. Fourth, Hannah Kazimba. Fifth, Rachel Kazimba. Our next class will be the Southdown Yearling Youths. Come on in, Christian. Come on in, Christian. First coming into class is Christian Kazimba. Following Christian is Faith Kazimba. Then we have Kiana Erickson and Kiara Hunt. These are Southdown yearlings. So their birthday, they had their first birthday already this spring. All right, let's put our hands together for our class of Southdown Yearling Youths. I do have the card now for the young lady who is going to be putting together that slideshow. Thank you for getting a hold of that. It's Stacy Christophers, and it's Stacy Christophers, all lowercase with the S at the end of Christophers, at gmail.com. That's where you would need to send your photo so she can put together the slide set for the auction on Saturday morning. Please include the first and last name of your child. So if we can get pictures taken of the animal and the exhibitor, we'd really appreciate that and have that sent. The card looks like this. You can pick one up in the office here. as you're watching the show, some of you are not familiar with some of the sheep breeds. You probably noticed that the yearling Suffolk stood quite a bit taller than the Southdown yearlings. And that is, both breeds were developed in the British Isles, and they were raised or developed in different areas of environment. That's why the different size, very much like you want to parallel your different dog breeds have their different functions. The sheep breeds had their different environments, and then they have evolved from there. Both breeds came over to the U.S. Both of them were a little smaller than the present day version of the breed, and so there's been evolution in both the Suffolk and Southdowns. There was one time during my tenure where a Southdown could fit into a rabbit cage. That's how much smaller they were. But both breeds have definitely evolved over the years.
Real strong yearly ewe here in Southdown class. Really like her dimension on her top, like a rib shape. Still fairly smooth, made up through the front end. A lot of muscle in the ewer from her rear. Just a real nice stout ewe. Ewe in second, followed very closely with my top place ewe. What puts her in second place for me though is the rib shape, real nice and round up through that chest floor. Just real attractive from the side profile. And then when you get behind her, she carries all those squares through the hip and has a lot of expression to her leg. I do appreciate the ewe in third. Real attractive ewe, real long-sided ewe. Just maybe like shallow her chest floor out just a little bit and deepen her rear flank, but a very competitive ewe here in third. Ewe in fourth, just a ewe that just like to add some more muscle dimension to her. We really appreciate her up to her front end and her length of body. Real nice, attractive return ewe. Just get some more muscle in here today. Thank you.
First in class is Kiana Erickson, second was Christian Kazimba, third was Kiera Hunt, fourth was Faith Kazimba. Our next class is the Dorset ewe lambs, and you'll notice the Dorset has a little different coloring. It's a little bit more white around the face and legs. It too had its purpose when it was first developed, and they were the breed that you could breed all year round, versus the Southdown and Suffolks that had a shorter breeding time. So this breed was developed, or started out being a breed that you could breed anytime during the year. So that's our Dorset ewe lambs. Was Sylvia's Nessett showing Claire Colander, and Claire's the young lady with the blue shirt on, second from the other end. Then we have Tanner Nelson. Then we have Claire Colander, and you might have guessed her twin sister, Caitlin Colander. Let's put our hands together for this class 5, please.
attractive ULAM here in first. Just really like it when you get out and move and she's standing profile. What really sets her apart is when you get your hands on her. Really like her coming off her shoulder out of her rack. She will move on the top and she carries out of her loin and right on through her hip. Just a real attractive ULAM. Though I do that, Grand Kids getting some pounds to ULAM in second. I really appreciate her mass and extra volume and total dimension. The big heavy muscle in the class. I just don't think she put the fight together quite as well as ULAM in top. But ULAM in third, she's got a lot of muscle shape work here too. I just see her a little more true from coming off her shoulder into her rack. She kind of breaks a little bit there. Not quite as neat in her design as the top two ULAMs ahead of her. ULAM in fourth, real practice in her own right. Just gets a little more round in her shoulder for me, but a very nice ULAM. Will stand a lot of competition in a lot of different areas.
First in that class went to Claire Colander. Second went to Caitlin Colander. Third went to Claire Colander, being shown by Sylvia Nelson. And fourth to Tanner Nelson. That was our Dorset ULAMs. We do not have any Dorset yearlings, so we're moving into class 6, the speckled face ULAMs. They are speckled face because they've been bred with probably a white or a southdown colored lamb and a black ram or ewe, vice versa. But we've got a black face and a light face cross there. So these are speckled ULAMs. That means they're speckled face, speckled leg as well. The first one in was Meditavis. Then we have Ella Nessett and Caitlin Colander. We'll let them get set up here. Let's put our hands together for our speckled face ULAMs, please. We do have Peewee showing in amongst our older kids. The Peewees would be our individuals that have completed kindergarten first and second, and we very much encourage adults or an older 4-H member to be with them to help with the keep control of the animals. So that's why you're going to see an occasional adult or older 4-H member with some of our youngsters here. And it's definitely a safety feature there, so that everybody has a good time out here.
real strong ewe lamb out here in first. Really like her design from forward to rear, balances right, shallow in chest, deep in flank. What really sets the ewe lamb apart for me is when you hear her from the rear. Her hip, we've got the most dimension, squarest, comes down with the most natural shape out to her hip and lower leg. Ewe lamb in second, really attractive, neat made ewe lamb. Clean up to her front end. She just lacks the overall power coming down the top of you in first. Doesn't have probably the lightest one, close to one in class, but a real attractive, clean, neat, sound-made ewe lamb. The problem one here for me was the one in third, maybe a little plainer made than the two ahead of her. A ewe lamb that's got a lot of dimension down her top, a lot of power. Just maybe get a little more pizzazz in her, a little bit more design to compete with the two ahead of her, but three very nice ewe lambs.
First in class was Ella Nesset, second was Meditavis, and third was Caitlin Colander. Our next class is the weather dams. That means that these ewe lambs, and we have, I think, 3 classes. Yes, 3 classes, and they are by weight. In this class, they're going to start at 92 pounds, all the way up to 114 pounds. They're coming in by weight, so the first one is one that got moved from class 11, so he's not in your program. It's Brock Berkner, and that ewe lamb weighs 92 pounds. Next we have Ella Nessitz at 93, Hannah Kazimba with a ewe at 97 pounds, Sylvia Nessitz with a ewe lamb at 105 pounds, Daniel Staples with the ewe at 112 pounds, and Kate Davis with the ewe lamb at 114 pounds. Let's put our hands together for our class of weather dams, please. Weather dams means these ewes are would go into production to produce club lambs. So they're primarily for their meat traits. If you're wondering why you don't see a lot of lamb in the supermarkets around our area, it's because that there is quite a high demand for the lambs raised in the Midwest to go to the eastern markets. Lamb per se is defined as an animal who is less than a year old. And on the carcass, on the front legs, there's a spool joint which indicates whether the animal is a year old or not. And so when they go in the coolers, they can tell how old the animal is. And the East Coast, especially the Greek market, really likes the Midwestern lambs. And that's why we don't get a good chance to have lamb in the supermarket. But there's a lot of sheep raisers that are selling lamb commercially to be butchered. There again becomes an issue because a lot of butchers will not butcher lamb. Although we're very lucky, we've got a couple in the area that will. And that is because if the lamb or the wool or the hide touches the meat, it will kind of contaminate or the flavor will change. But we are very fortunate in this area to have a couple of butchers that will butcher lamb and do a wonderful job with it.
real attractive ewe lamb here in first. Soundness on the move, really easy moving type ewe lamb. Very clean up to her front end, very adequate in muscle shape and design, just balanced and forward rear. Problem for me is one in second. Really love this ewe lamb when you look for rear, the hip, the leg shape, got the right rib shape. Just like to trim her up, clean her up, her shoulder to her rack. And also she moves, she gets a little tight in her movement, raises her top line just a little bit. A very nice, complete ewe lamb. Real powerful ewe lamb here in third. As she moves out, she gets a little down-fronted. Like to elevate that front end, but you can't deny the muscle dimension that this ewe lamb has in third. Get closer pair here in fourth and fifth. Very, very close design between the two. Very long-bodied ewe lambs. Very lean made ewe lambs. Just need a little bit more design and flair to compete with the ones ahead of them. The ewe lamb here in sixth. Really big, growthy ewe lamb. Long body, clean trim up to the front end. Just get some more pounds on her, get some more muscle shape and development to her as she ages out. Very nice class ewe lambs.
First in that class went to Katie Davis, second to Sylvia Nessett, third to Ella Nessett, fourth went to Hannah Kazimba, fifth Daniel Staples, and sixth to Brock Beckner. Our next class is Weather Dams, 118 to 128 pounds, 10 pounds difference there. Coming in first is Kiana Erickson, 118 pounds. Next is Rachel Kazimba with a ewe lamb at 124. Then we have Kale Enderkin with a 126-pound ewe lamb, and Larson closes up the class with 128 pounds. So we've got 8 or 10 pounds difference from this end to the east end. Let's put our hands together for our class 8. This looks like a good judging class here with these 4. If you listen to the judge's reasons, he talked about leg score and rack. On the sheet, the leg and the rack, from the last rib back. So as the judge is handling it, as he goes up on the top, he's going to feel how wide the loin is. He finds out how long the loin is by the last rib back is the loin and the leg. 75% of the lamb's value is in that portion of the animal. When the judge talks about the rack, he's talking about the muscle up over the loin. It's a suspensory muscle, so it's usually very tender. And you'll get your standing rack roasts. Those are those fancy roasts where they take the rib and wrap it around and put little French caps on it. It's quite a delicacy in the East Coast. Even had a chance to serve one year for Christmas. We just about didn't want to eat it. It looked so nice. Exhibitors of ewe lambs and yearlings that are ringside. After this class, we have our class 9. There's only 2 animals in there, so we need to start lining up our first and second in each of our classes. So if you could bring those down to the staging area, first and second in each of our classes. And I'm going to quickly read those off. From class 1, that would be Paige Benda and Julia Bidney, or Bidney, yep. Then from class 2, Parker Benda. From class 3, Kiana Erickson and Sylvia Nessett. From class 4, that would be the yearling South Downs, would be Kiana Erickson and Christian Kazimba. From class 5 would be Claire Colander and Caitlin Colander. From the speckle-faced class, it would be Ella Nessett and Meta Tavis. From our last class, it would be Katie Tavis and Sylvia Nessett. So those animals need to be on deck. And it sounds like we're going to need some help out here in the show ring. So if anybody would like to help show some lambs, today might be your day.
Real good pair of lambs here on top of this class. It's pretty close to me, but I think it kind of sets it apart. The ewe lamb in first is probably the leanest lamb in the class, and probably has the most natural dimension and total muscle shape as you view her when you take off that's the cover of the lamb in second. But I do really appreciate the lamb in second. Very attractive lamb, very neat made lamb. Just like put some overall, pull her off, little cover off her, and trim her up and see what we have at that time. And the lamb in third and fourth, another close pair of lambs, built very much alike. I think the one in third, little trimmer, made lamb, a little more natural muscle to her, and get your hands on her. So really appreciate the length of body and attractiveness on both these lambs in third and fourth.
First in the class, that class was Kiana Erickson. Second goes to Lady Larson. Third to Rachel Kazimba. And Kale Endican was fourth in that class. Okay, we have two in our next class. We have Caden Davis and I think Sylvia's coming. There she is. Sylvia Nessett. And these lambs are weighing 136 to 139. 3 pounds separates these two animals. Just 3 pounds. Let's put our hands together for our heavyweight weather dams, please. There we go. Wow, look at all the muscle out here in the ring. I mean the lambs, you guys. Corey, I didn't mean you. Strong pair of ewe lambs here in this last class of weather dams. Going to go with the ewe lamb, probably the freshest in her handle, and definitely will spin out to the front end and tied in the neatest up to the front end. Real round in the rib,
and very accurate muscles all the way through. I like the power of this elam in second. Go expressive. Maybe just like clean her up to the front end just a touch more. Trim her up and get her a little bit more pressure over the top. Starting on a little stale in her handle a little bit, but really appreciate the power she does have possess from forward to rear. Very good female all the way through.
First in class went to Caden Davis and second to Sylvia Messick. All right, we need to have our champion and reserve champion weather dam. So the first thing we're going to do is do the last 3 classes and bring those first and second animals out. We'll pick a champion and reserve weather dam, and then we'll keep them back and we'll have an overall grand champion breeding animal. So from the class 7, we need Kate Tavis's 114-pound weather dam and Sylvia Nessett's 105 weather dam. From class 8, we need Kiana Erickson's 118-pound weather dam and Layton Larson's 128 weather dam. And then from the last class, we need Caden Tavis's 136 and Sylvia Nessett's 139 dam weather. So we'll line up the first place closest to the judge and our second place to the south. Okay, 44-38, Matt. I think they're going to get the second place one there. Just a quick announcement, if you haven't had breakfast yet, we just got word that Sweet Kettle Madness, which is around the corner here by the food court, is open, and they have apparently lots of different flavors of mini donuts. So if you didn't quite get breakfast, you might want to quick grab a few coins and head on over to Sweet Kettle Madness. They have the mini donuts. Okay, a reminder, we are about to pick our first champion in reserve here. That Daniel over here in the red shirt, Daniel Condon, will be taking pictures of our champion in reserves to the north of the building in the, I'll call it the photo booth there. So make sure if you happen to be a champion reserve in this class, that you get the photo up. There we go. Looks like Claire got put into duty here. All right, these are first and second place from our weather dam classes. Let's put our hands together for our top quality weather dams, please. At one point we had to beg to have this class up at the state, and look at, we have 3 classes today. So this is a class that has definitely grown a lot. Oops, I wasn't supposed to mention the state today. Take that back. To refresh your memory, Braden Davis' lamb weighed 114 pounds. Kiana Erickson's lamb weighed 118 pounds, so just 4 pounds difference there. And then Kate Taylor's other, the third place one being shown by Sister Meta, weighed 136 pounds. So we have a little bigger range in weight from the second to the third class there. About 18 pounds. Before our judge starts his comments today, I think it's only right that this time we reintroduce him and show our appreciation for doing our breeding show. This is Jim Scholerman. He hails from Everly, Iowa. He raises Suffolk, South Downs, and baby dolls. He is a veterinarian and a feedlot consultant. Let's put our hands together for our show judge today, please.
Six really nice lambs out here for the Weather Dam class, overall champion. Please give a round of applause to these kids. All six, very good job. Really not one that stands out for me here in this top line between the three. I really like a lot of things about each of them. The blue lamb here in the heavy class, really appreciate their attractiveness. Very clean up to that front end, very feminine. Yet still has plenty of muscle and design to her. The power sheep in the class is the class 2 winner. A lot of dimension to this ewe lamb. Very good, heavy muscle ewe lamb. Yet still in a very attractive, neat package. Just a good sheep. The ewe lamb that wins the first class, like the profile of her, especially on the move, very sound, good design, good foot. That lacks a little bit of maturity, the two ahead of her, but very, very good ewe lamb. Very neat, eye-appealing ewe lamb. You get to the second place lambs, all three of them lambs put together very well. Heavy muscle, still look like a female. Are going to go out and do their job for the kids once they get back home after the fair here. But 6 very good ewe lambs. But But I'm going to go out right now and select the Grand Reserve Champion for the Weatherside Dam Division.
That is Cade Davis being shown by his sister Meta. Congratulations, Cade. And what just happened is the second place animal from that class 9, moved in for contention for reserve champion. Kiana Erickson is reserve. Now Kiana and Kate, you guys need to get your pictures taken. Kiana, right behind you. Kirby's trying to give you the placard for reserve there. We have Kirby Mulder who's presenting our placards for the champion reserve. Great job there, Kirby. So, yep. Okay, well, Cade and Kiana get their pictures taken. We'll start lining up the other firsts and seconds from the various classes. All right, so Cade, can you get your picture taken with your smoky lamb there? And Kiana, can we get you out with your picture taken too as well right now while we're lining up? All right. All right. We'll start lining up out here, and by the time we line up, the weather dams should be back from their picture taking session. So, Paige Benda and Julia Dittney, if you want to bring your lambs in, they're the ewe lambs, the Suffolk ewe lambs. Parker, bring that yearling in. Parker Benda. Then Kiana Erickson will be bringing in her South Down, and Sylvia Nessett would be bringing in her second place South Down ewe lamb. Then Kiana Erickson would be bringing in her South Down yearling. And Christian Kazemba would be bringing in his South Down yearling. Then we'll have Claire Colander and Caitlin Colander bringing in their Dorset ewe lambs. And then we have Ella Nessett and Meta Taylor bringing in their speckled face. So we'll Southdown ewe lamb, and her yearling ewe lamb. And then we'll need Sylvia's Southdown ewe lamb. This is when it's we really appreciate our superintendents and helpers. Gretchen Benda is helping line up overall. Corey's been out here helping in the ring. Corey Christopher been helping in the ring. Gretchen Benda. We have Matt Benda and Jim Nessick that are also sheep superintendents here. Now it is really time to put our hands together. We have all of our breeding animals, first and second, out here. Let's put our hands together to reintroduce them. On this end, we have Paige, who's setting the hind legs on her ewe lamb. This is Suffolk ewe lamb. And second hole over here is Julia Bidney. Next is Parker Benda with the yearling Suffolk. Next we have Kiana Erickson's Southdown being shown by Sylvia Nessett. And in second hole we have Sylvia Nessett being shown by Hunter Nelson. Then we have Kiana Erickson's yearling being shown by Kiera Hunt. And then the second place is Christian Kazimba. Next we have the Dorset. And that's being shown by Claire Colander, the one in the blue shirt, and her sister Caitlin in the pink shirt is got the second in the Dorset ewe lambs. Then we have Ella Nessett in the speckled face ewe lambs, and Meta Davis was second in that class, and that is being shown by Kale Indican. Then in the weather dams, our champion there was Caden Davis. And he's showing his. Nope, Meta's showing that one for him. And then the second was Kiana Erickson's, and she's showing her second place weather dam there. Lots of people got put into service here at the show. Our young lady who's handing out the banners here is Kirby Mulder, and she's very familiar with the show ring, and she's got that great smile, and she'll be very encouraging to hand out our banners today. So we're very glad that we were able to find Kirby to put her to work today, I guess. Exhibitors, we will be placing down 5 spots. So we'll pick a champion reserve and then a 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So please do not exit the ring immediately. We're going down 5 spots.
Tell you what, this is a pretty exciting lineup here. We got a little bit of everything when you figure the different breeds and stuff in here that representing different styles of the industry, all the way through from the big purebred side of it, down to the clubland, and everything else in between. Let's give these exhibitors on applause. These are some very good sheep all the way through here for the county here. I have the fun task here of deciding which way I want to go, because there's a lot of possibilities here in my mind of what we can do. A lot of strong individuals in their own right for each breed, class, or division that they are in. All the way through here, there's not a wrong decision. There's easily, in my mind, 3 or 4 of these individuals to come out here and win today. Mark, weather type U, like I said before, very attractive, IPL just really appreciate the style and balance that she has here in the ring. We come to our spec, another very heavy muscled ewe lamb, very sound, very functional, just a well-designed female. Real attractive Dorset ewe lamb here in the Dorset class. Real appreciate the power she possesses, yet in a very neat eye-appealing package. We go down to the southbound division. We have the southbound Maryland ewe. Just a big, powerful, broody type ewe, very sound, very functional, very well made from fore to rear. Just a hands-free type ewe that can go out and do a lot of different things. In the ewe lamb division, much the same way. Very attractive ewe lamb, very powerful ewe lamb, put together very well for the muscle she possesses. We move on to the Suffolk division. Super sound, complete ewe here for yearling. Just a tough type ewe to make. I'm very well aware of that. Very good breed type, color by the legs, very sound on her feet, and very strong on the top line. The Suffolk ewe lamb, much the same way. Long-bodied, attractive ewe. Got some muscle to it for the Suffolk breed when we're talking about the frame type sheep that are fitted. Very fault-free, very strong ewe all the way on top to bottom. Our second line, very similar, follows very close to the first line. I won't talk every one of them, but very good sheep forward to rear. And we'll go out and select your champion and then pick your next 4 after her for the top 5. So congratulations to the exhibitors.
The champion for 2020 with the yearly Suffolk ewe. Parker, we need to have you go get your picture taken. Let's send him out with a nice round of applause, please. Reserve goes to Claire Hollander with the Dorset. We'll be presenting her with the reserve champion banner. Okay, and her sister Caitlin moved into that hole. She was second in that class. And our South Down yearling, Kiana Erickson, South Down yearling, is third. And Christian Kazimba moves into that spot. And fourth goes to Peewee with the Weather Dam. And we have Kiana Erickson moving into that spot. And Ella Nesset is our 5th place ULAM. Awesome. Let's send them all now with a nice round of applause for getting some very nice breeding animals. That completes our breeding show. Next we'll be starting with our white-faced market lambs. So the animals we just got done looking at would be they were raised to go back into a flock and to raise these lambs that we're going to be seeing next. These market lambs are raised for their meat to go to slaughter. So our first class is white-faced market lambs. You'll see both boys and girls, ewes and wether lambs in these classes. And our weight range in our white face here, if I'm reading the program right, is 123 to 144 pounds. We have Sarah Anderson coming in. That wether's weighing 144 pounds. We have Christian Kazimbas with a 144 pound lamb. We have Hannah Kazimba with a 123 pound lamb, and Faith with a 130 pound lamb. Whoops, do I have those mixed up? I think, yeah, they came in the way they are in the program. So 123 to 144 in this white face class. Our next class will be our lightweight market lambs. And as mentioned previously, Brock Bickner took scratch from that and put his in the breeding, but he still has his 98 pound one for the next class. In this white-faced market lamb class, you'll notice that not all of them are totally white. What this class is defined as is a white-faced breed influenced, so they can have a little of the dark face in there. So we call it a speckled-faced market lamb, probably. We never put our hands together for this class. That's a bad start. Let's put our hands together for this class, please.
spec lamb here to win the class. Lamb has probably got the most power in the class by far. Like to maybe round him up in the grip a little bit more and maybe make him just a touch stouter, but really nicely balanced heavy muscle lamb here for first. Real big frame lamb in second. A lamb that gets a little deep in the chest here for me, and they want to carry a little more depth out through the center and lower portion of the leg. A real trim lamb for the weight that they're carrying today and stuff. Big frame, big outline, long body lamb. It's nice lamb. End up here in third and fourth, very close in my decision. Third place lamb, a little deeper in the rear flank. Little neater coming out over his shoulder, but two very nice lambs. He got some muscle shape and very trim made for the weight they're carrying today. Congratulations.
Let's give him a round of applause. There we go. First going out was Christian Kazimba at first place. Second was Sarah Anderson. Third was Hannah Kazimba. Fourth was Faith Kazimba. We have 3 entries in the next class. Brock, if you want to go ahead, you can start the class. We have Brock Bickner. And that lamb weighs 98, and we go up to 108. So there's 10 pounds difference from lightest to heaviest. There we go. Then we have Ella Nessett, followed by Cooper Nelson. We have our youngsters here. We'll wait a few minutes, let them set up, and then we're going to show our appreciation to our youngsters here. Let's put our hands together for these youngsters out here. They're really young. And if you're not sure about what happened in this class, because Brock's done twice, Brock elected to take his 92-pound ewe lamb and put it in the breeding class earlier. So you did see him earlier, so you're not seeing double. And once again, we have 98 to 108 pounds difference in this class. You've seen a few smoky lambs lately, and they actually have their own classes in some shows. They're in those open shows, sweepstake shows, they're called a natural, and they're the smoky and dark colored lambs. They actually have a class for them.
Real good lamb, set of lambs here for the lightweight class. But I'm going to start with, like to trim his front end up just a touch, but view him from the side, he's still shallow in his chest, deeper in his flank, and definitely the heaviest muscle lamb in the class, and probably carries the most condition close to market rate in the class here today as well. Lamb I really appreciate here is the one in second. He's just not quite here today. He needs a little few more pounds. That's why we're in the light class. But a lamb has indicators. He's got some shape to his hop. He's got definitely some nice width to his hip and some flare to his leg. But a lamb at another 20 pounds is going to change a lot here in the future. Same can be said for the lamb here in third. Real long-sided lamb, real attractive appearing lamb. Just needs a few more pounds today to develop into his muscle shape and design. Congratulations.
Fun class of little ones here. First was Ella Nessick, second was Cooper Nelson, third was Brock Bickner. That was in our lightweight market lambs. Our next class, the lambs weigh 110 to 114, so we have just 4 pounds from the lightest to the heaviest. Coming in first is Daniel Staples. That lamb weighs 110 pounds. Corey. Corey, help us out. There we go. Then we have Sarah Anderson with a lamb weighing 110 pounds. Kiana Erickson with a lamb weighing 110 pounds. And Kate Davis with a lamb weighing 114 pounds. So once again, we go from 110 to 114 pounds. Thanks, Caitlin. Now, a reminder, I should have said it on the last class, but Matt was out there with Ella. If you have a youngster in here that would be considered a Peewee, that means somebody who's just completed kindergarten, first or second grade, they can certainly have an adult or older member out here helping them show. We want, for safety's sake, to make sure they have a good experience out here. At the conclusion of this class, we'll bring back the first and second from class 10, 11, and this class for the lightweight market lamb, or excuse me, from class 11 and 12 for the lightweight market lamb champion. If you're wondering why the whiteface won't be coming back, they will be. They will be coming back for the overall grand champion market lamb. So the lightweights will be classes 11 and 12.
Real good lamb here to start the class with. Lamb you really appreciate once you get your hands on him. Real shapely down the top, nice full hip and leg. Very attractive long-sided lamb, shell in the rib. Just a real good easy class winner for me. Nice lamb here in second. Lamb just gives up a little bit of that dimension shape down the top versus the weather in first. Maybe a little deeper in the chest on the weather, but very attractive, eye-appealing lamb, sound on the move. Just really appreciate what she brings to the table here today. A couple nice lambs here in third and fourth. Just not quite as long in their development. Went with the lamb that had a little more shape down his top, especially out over his rack. A little wider through his hip. We'll grant the lamb in fourth here, make it a little fuller through the leg and get on a little deeper. But lambs just need a little bit more time on feed and they'll come along too just fine. Congratulations.
First in that class went to Kiana Erickson, second to Kate Davis, third to Daniel Staples, and fourth to Sarah Anderson. A reminder, please, if you get, yes, let's put our hands together. A reminder as you're showing these animals, if any of them plan to be in the auction on Saturday, we need to get pictures taken and sent to Stacy Christophers so that we can make that slideshow. All right, we have our champion from 11, or first place from class 11 and 12. First place from class 11 was Ella Messett, and first place from class 12 was Kiana Erickson. Second place from class 11 was Cooper Nelson, he's over here, Exhibitor 52. And second in the last class was Caden Davis. So we're going to have banners for our lightweight, champion lightweight, and reserve champion lightweight. Let's put our hands together for our lightweight lambs, please.
For the lightweight division here, I think we got two lambs that kind of take it very easily for me. All four lambs out here, very good in their own right, but I think when you add the extra pounds on today, Grand Reserve lightweight champion, we're going to do the second class. The lambs got the pounds, and I'm starting to get to where we want to finish-wise today. So congratulations to the two exhibitors.
Kiana Erickson with your champion lightweight, and hang on, Kate, and Kate Davis with the reserve. Congratulations. Kirby, here we go. Okay. Now if we can get pictures of those animals, we'd really appreciate it. Okay, our first class middleweights go from 116 to 122. 6 pounds. here we go. This is our middleweight, first class of middleweights. And we have Brock Bickner coming in with a lamb weighing 116 pounds. Then we have Kiana Erickson with a lamb weighing 120 pounds. We have Christian Kazimbo with a lamb weighing 122 pounds. And we need Hannah's yet. One more coming. She moved it up. Okay. So Hannah Kazimba has moved hers up to the next class. That is a prerogative that the exhibitors have. They can move it up a class. They cannot move it down a class, but they can move it up. So Hannah Kazimba will be moving into the next class, class 14. Let's put our hands together for our class here, please. I've been doing a poor job of that. Another announcement, as long as Kirby's here, tantalizing us with these mini donuts, just a reminder that Sweet Kettle Madness, which is right around the corner by the food court, has their mini donuts out open, and I guess they have several different flavors. Oh, they smell good, Kirby.
Lamb in top here really easily sits his way up here for me. Lamb's got the most natural muscle shape, closer to right in the finish. Really appreciate him when you view him from the top. Just ripped down over that rack, carried out the nice full hip and leg. Lamb in second, really very similar maid type lamb. He's just not quite as far along his maturity pattern today as the one in first. But Lamb we appreciate for his muscle design and shape and overall design from the side and view him. Lamb in third, long body lamb, trim fronted lamb, just one I'd like to add just a little bit more muscle and power compared to lamb ahead of him. Congratulations.
Let's put our hands together for that class, please. First in class went to Kiana Erickson, second Christian Kazimba, third to Brock Beckner. Our next class, with the movement of Hannah's, we will start at 117. And we go up to 128. So we've got 11 pounds difference there. So first in is Hannah Kazimba. Next we have Brandon Hinkledine, followed by Trace Michelson. And we have Sarah Anderson and Layden Larson coming in. All right, let's put our hands together for our class 14 middleweight, please. Just a reminder that we are doing live streaming of our show today on exploreokoboji.com. You can find this show being streamed later on. And that's Mitch over here in the dark shirt and the dark cap, and he was here yesterday doing the poultry and rabbit show, and he'll be here today he is here for the sheep and the goat this afternoon, and I'm guessing tomorrow and the next day too. Yep, he's going to be with us all these days, and we very, very much appreciate KPOJ doing that. We have a young lady that's taken a picture on ringside over there. Her name is Maggie Post. Most of us know her. And I think it's about time we show our appreciation. She's the gal that has really put all the work into putting these shows together for all week. So let's make sure we thank her. No easy job. A couple of housekeeping announcements. One of them has to do with cleaning pens. Sheep exhibitors and goat exhibitors, we'll talk to this later as well. You do need to clean your pens, otherwise they will withhold the auction check. And the auction is on Saturday morning, so be sure and let your favorite buyers know that we are indeed having a premier auction. Along with that, exhibitors and parents, please be sure to take pictures of your child with their animal if they plan to have that animal in the auction. Stacy Christophers is putting together a slideshow for the premier auction on Saturday. The business cards have been supposedly given out when we've done the exhibitor numbers, but we miss a few here and there. There are business cards in the office to pick up with the phone number and the email of where the picture is supposed to be sent. If possible, please put on your picture the first and last name of the exhibitor.
Real interesting class here, a lot of different types, a lot of different variants we cover in this class. But I think the one that puts all the pieces together is the one here in first, this little UM here. She definitely got the fullest top, fullest to her hip and leg. Real attractive from the side. Fairly clean made, good on the move. UM just covered a little bit more cover for me today. Not as fresh to handle, but I still think she wins the class very easily in my mind. As we move on down line, the one here in second, really raw made lamb. He needs 15, 20 pounds on really get to where he's looking good for right now. But really like the design he's got. When he ripped her that hip, went to the hip. He's got some leg shape. He's got some shape to his top. Just need a few more days on him, but very attractive eye-appealing package. He wins with that extra hip and leg versus the lamb in third. Lamb's own right is pretty lean, but just doesn't have the overall design and dimension that the lamb in second has. UM here in fourth. UM got some good top, out of the loin, nice hip. Just get a little deep in her chest for me today. Like pull that up a little bit and deepen the rear flank out, move her up. But a very good level top type of lamb. Just a real big, another raw lamb here in fifth. Just needs some pounds on him yet today. Doesn't have as much dimension out through the hip as lamb's head, but another 15, 20 pounds, and this lamb's going to change a lot, and for the better.
Let's put our hands together for that class, please. Our young gentleman winning that class, Leighton Larson, was of age that he could have had a helper out there, but he hung in there with that lamb. Second was Trace Michelson. Third went to Hannah Kazimba. Fourth to Brandon Hinkledine. And fifth to Sarah Anderson. Next class of middleweight market lambs start at 132 and go to 134. So we have 2 pounds difference between top to bottom there. And we'll have 5 in that class. Then Kirby gets to hand out another banner. Brandon, whenever you're ready. The first 4 lambs coming out all weigh the same thing, 132 pounds. So starting the class is Brandon Hinkledine, followed by Faith Kazimba. Next we have Trace Michelson. We have Meta Tavis. And Brandon Hinkledyne's second lamb weighed 134. So the first 4 lambs weigh 132, and the last lamb weighs 134. And that's Nathan Hinkledine showing Brandon's second lamb. He's got his cap on. I can't quite tell this year. And these little bigger classes. There are vouchers with the exhibitors' names on for the food vending trucks and trailers around the fairgrounds. Some anonymous donors have put together funds, and if you'd like to add to that, you can give some money to Maggie in the office. But they have got vouchers for each exhibitor to go and use at the various food vendings, and that's in an effort to support the Youth Livestock Show plus the food vendors here on the grounds. And then each exhibitor has an envelope with their name on in the office there. Also, we have some youngsters who have been making face masks, and they have those in the office for free for the taking. So if you need a face mask, our youth in the county have been making those. And then one other plug for donations. Obviously, there was no charge at the gate, and there's no entertainment here at the fair, and there's not a lot of revenue coming in. So if you would like to donate to the Fair Board to help cover expenses for this year, there's a clear plastic box in the office here that you can make donations at. For the Judge Cox's class, we do not get a chance to acknowledge and encourage these youth, so let's put our hands together for this really tough class, please.
Real strong class, especially here the top three of full lambs in this class. Really appreciate it. They got a lot of power and muscle in them. I think the one that puts designed the best in this class is Phil Ewan that we're leading it out with. She's got a lot of dimension on her top to her hip. She might not be the most powerful in the class, but she's right there close to it. Yet with that power, she's still tucked a little neater in the chest floor with it. Got some more depth in the rear rib and flank, and smoother out to the front end. Versus a couple of the lambs behind her. The lamb in second is kind of the different one for me. The leanest lamb here in the top three, yet still has as much dimension over that top, over the leg, a little heartstring handle. A few pounds would hurt this lamb, but still tucked up neat in the chest, full around the rib, and cleanest of the top three lambs up through that front shoulder. Problem lamb here is the one in third. Love the power of the hip and leg of this lamb. He just gets a little piece here. As I view this lamb, here looks recovered, got a lot of dimension in the top, maybe a little fuller in that chest, rounder in that shoulder, but a lamb we really appreciate for the product that he has in him. The two that in this class here, both very well-muscled lambs, not quite to the dimensional in the head of them, carrying a little extra cover on them, getting more balance from forward to rear, from depth from the forward to rear flank. Lambs just don't have the overall design of the three ahead of them. They're very good lambs too. Congratulations.
First in that class went to Meta Tavis, second to Faith Kazimba, third to Trace Michelson, fourth to Brandon Hinkledye being shown by Nathan, and then fifth to Brandon Hinkledye. We'll need Meta and Faith back for middleweight champion, and Layden from the last class, and Trace Michelson from the last class for our middleweight championship drive here. And then we need Kiana Erickson and Christian Kazimba from class 13. So we should have 6 animals out here. Kiana, you're this end. Corey, Kiana's up here in this end. Corey, Kiana's up on this end. She was the first class in middleweights. So introducing out here in the ring, first in the first class of middleweights, class 13, was Kiana Erickson. Second in that class, standing to the south side, is Christian Kazimba. In the next class, we have Larson was first in class. Second went to Trace Michelson, and he's the young man in the blue shirt there in the middle. Then in the last class, we had Meta Tavis was first, and second was Faith Kazimba. Let's put our hands together for our middleweight market lambs, please. For weight reference here, Kiana's weighs 120 pounds, Layden's weighs 128 pounds, so there's 8 pounds from the Kiana's to Layden's, and then to Meta's is 132 pounds. So we've got, let's see what I say, 128, 32, 4 pounds from the middle to the next. £12 pounds total there.
please give these exhibitors a round of applause for their 6 middleweight lambs. I really like these top 3 lambs here, the class winners and stuff. Each of them got a lot of power to them, got some design. Pretty close in the condition we're looking for, but very stylish lambs, and they look the part of the class winners. So, without much to say about these 3, we'll go out and select the Grand Reserve Champion Middleweights.
Layden is your champion middleweight, Layden Larson. And Meditavis is our reserve. Ooh, somebody's gonna have to help Layden with this stuff here. There you go. Let's send them out with a nice round of applause. Congratulations, Layden and Meta. And we'll get pictures. Daniel is waiting for you out there. Lynn, can you take him out? Get his picture taken. And Meta has an animal in the next class, so this might be a little tough for her. All right, starting our heavyweight classes, we're going to start at 138 pounds in this first class, and we go up to 146 pounds. 8 pounds difference there from lightest to heaviest. Coming in is Brock Bittner with a lamb weighing 138 pounds. Then we have Tanner Nelson with a lamb weighing 138 pounds. We have Trace Michelson with a lamb weighing 138 pounds. We have Meditavis with a lamb weighing 142 pounds. We have Kale Enderkin with a lamb weighing 146 pounds. And Kiana Erickson will be coming with a lamb weighing 146 pounds. And that will, there we go. And that will complete that class. So we're getting into heavyweights here. 138 to 146 pounds. Let's put our hands together for this first class of heavyweight market lambs, please. I think I owe Brock an apology here. I think I've been mispronouncing his name. It's like Berkner, like the Berkshire Hogs, only Berkner. I think I've been saying Bittner, but it's Berkner as I understand. So Brock, apology to you. He's the young man on this end, by the way. So apologies, Brock. Once again, our showmanship is going to follow the selection of the Grand Champion Market Lambs. And our divisions there is if you've completed 9th grade and above, you would be a senior. If you've completed 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, you would be an intermediate. And juniors would be 3rd grade up to 5th grade. That means they've completed it as of last year. And then our Peewee division is exhibitors from kindergarten on up to 2nd grade. And I think, because this is an open show, we can probably even take them younger. So our Peewees could go quite young today, if they have an animal to show, that is. 5 years old is our youngest, I guess. Wow. Hey, if you haven't gotten into kindergarten yet and you're 5, I guess you can show. wide open ring here. Oh, they still have it there. Way to go. Thank you. Uh-oh, it's contagious. It's contagious. There we go. Good job, Heather. Thank you, people in the rings there helping with that.
Class here, one of those in the heavyweight class here. What I'm going to start with, I think, puts the design better the best. Real shallow rib, deep in his rib flank, a lot of dimension down his top, nice square hip, real full in his leg, just a real nice balanced, complete type of lamb. Lamb here in second, I think is pretty close. I like to shallow him up just a touch more in his rib versus the lamb in first. However, this is a big outline, super heavy muscle, hard-handed lamb. Just maybe like to clean up over his loin edge junction with his hip. Gets a little rough there for me compared to the lamb in first. Kind of decides back between the two lambs, but two very strong lambs. The blue lamb here in third, nice heavy muscle lamb, nice design. Just overall lacks overall power and look to the lamb's ahead. Just by a touch, but a lamb that we really appreciate what he's got in him. A green lamb here in fourth, long body, heavy muscle. Just needs a little bit more time on him to develop that touch and condition over his top. A little washed out yet, but a very attractive lamb with some muscle. Move down, the last two lambs here in class. Long body lambs, nice top, do have adequate arm muscle. Just lack overall dimension when you view them from the rear of the lambs ahead of them. Maybe a little bit more condition than the lambs ahead of them, but all together, very nice lambs all the way through this class.
Let's put our hands together for our class 16, please, heavyweights. Winning that class is Meta Tavis. Second is Kiana Erickson. Third to Kale Endricken. Fourth went to Trace Michelson. Fifth went to Tanner Nelson. Sixth to Brock Berkner. See if I got that right, Berkner. Next will be our last class of market lambs for today, and it's the heavyweights. And they start at 149 and go up to 156. So we got 7 pounds there. These are the ones that have done very, very, very well. Coming out first is Trace Michelson's lamb, weighing 149 pounds. Next we have Sylvia Nessett's lamb weighing 153 pounds. Next we have Layden Larson with a lamb weighing 154, and Kate's going to lead the way there for his lamb, and Kate's the third one coming in is the lamb weighing 156 pounds. So our 2 gentlemen down at the end have the biggest lambs in the show. How about that for, I don't know, what do you call that, oxymoron? The two shortest with the biggest lambs? Let's put our hands together for this class, please. 2 weeks ago, I watched these 2 youngsters on the end showing, and there they were with their feet up on the gate, talking the show. It was just like one of those pictures you should have in some farm magazine. They were just talking over the lamb show, both Layden and Cade. They were very serious. Let's put our hands together for this class, the last class of market lambs, please, for the day. At the conclusion of this class, we'll be picking our heavyweight market lamb champion. And so we'll need Meta Tavis and Kiana Erickson's lambs from the last class, class 16, and the first and second from this class back for the heavyweight champion market lamb. We haven't talked about it much today as far as showing, but what these kids, youngsters are doing when they get their legs spread like that and their knee up in the animal's chest is to push on the lamb so the lamb pushes back and feels harder. But in this class, these exhibitors are probably giving up 100 pounds to the exhibitors, so it's pretty hard to push into a lamb and have them push back 150 pounds back at you. So this is a pretty rough go for these show people out here.
Interesting set of lambs in this class. We're starting to have some condition issues and stuff, and kind of give and take a little bit on that. But a couple design differences I really like. The condition on this one first is the closest to ideal of the lambs in the class. Got a right bottom on the cover, a lot of dimension on top. It's really pulling deep to the rear leg here as you view from the rear. I would, compared to lamb in second, would like to pull up that chest forward just a touch. That's what I really appreciate about this lamb in second. Nice round rib. He's got some good touch to him. He's carrying a lot of condition over his top, as well as over his ribs. Maybe just deepen that leg up just a touch, but two very nice lambs in the class. Lamb in third, he could roll up here a little higher too. He's just overdone here today. He just needs to pull off some cover on him and stuff. The lamb's got a lot of muscle, a lot of power, a lot of look to him. But there's two other lambs in this class that are dealing very similar to him and take a little bit more cover off than what he has. Lamb in fourth, we just need to add that extra muscle to him, extra dimension to him. The lamb for his weight stuff, trim, nice made that way, good length of body, and he's very adequate in his muscle compared to the ones above him. They're just outhorsed him here today, but very nice lambs all the way through.
Winning that class goes to Sylvia Nessett, second to Layton Larson, third to Kate Tavis, and fourth to Trace Michelson. So, all right, here we come with our first and second from the heavyweight classes. First in class 16 was Meta Tavis. And then second in that class was Kiana Erickson. Then from the last class is Sylvia Nessett and Layton Larson was second in that class. All right, let's put our hands together for our heavyweight market lambs. As our judge is going through and evaluating the heavyweights here, we'd like to have Kiana Erickson's lightweight champion on deck, Caden Tavis's reserve champion lightweight on deck. Then we'd also like the middleweight, that would be Layton Larson's middleweight market lamb, and Meta Tavis's reserve champion market lamb. On deck, if you could, please, for the overall grand champion market lamb for 2020. At the conclusion of the grand selection of the grand champion overall market lamb and reserve, we will go 3, 4, and 5 as we did with the breeding ewes. After those selections, we will go into the Peewee showmanship class. So that will be after we have gone through champion reserve, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place market lambs. Then we'll have our Peewee showmanship.
four really nice lambs here today for your heavyweight champion. Please give these Rivers a round of applause for what they brought out here. The heavyweight class, last class here, Lamb, I really appreciate just the total dimension and power he's got to him. Really good in his cover for what he's, the weight he's carrying, and still put together a very attractive package. First class win in the heavyweight class. Lamb, I really liked him in the profile, real shallow in his chest, deep in his flank. Very good muscle Lamb. Carrying a little extra cover on him today for his size, but just a real nice, complete, put-together Lamb. You look at the 2 second here in class. Second place Lamb, the lightweight heavy class. Just a real hard handling Lamb. He's actually probably got a few days left in him. Get some more cover on, and really still keep developing. Maybe like to clean him up over low hip junction a little bit, but Lamb has just got a lot of power, a lot of dimension, and a lot of shape to him. Really good, strong, heavy muscle Lamb. The second place Lamb in the heavy class, real eye-appealing Lamb. A lot of dimension to this Lamb. Starting to get a little extra cover here today, but just a real nice put-together Lamb, complete Lamb all the way through. We'll go out here and pick the champion heavyweight Lambs, and congratulations to all four exhibitors out here today.
Champion goes to Sylvia Messett and reserved to Meditavis. Congratulations, girls. You don't get to go very far because we're going to hang on to you for the overall Grand Champion Market Lamb for 2022. So once again, let's send them out with a nice round of applause. Sylvia Messett at the champion and Meditavis with the reserve. All right, here we go. The lightweight champion was Kiana Erickson's lamb, weighing 110 pounds. Okay, she's not up there yet. Sorry, I'll wait until they get out here, then we can introduce them all. There we go. We do need our white face in here, so that's why Christian and Sarah Anderson are here. We should have 8 lambs out here. We'll have 2 from the white-faced market lambs, 2 from the lightweight market lambs, 2 from the middleweight, and 2 heavyweight. All right, here we go. Christian's lamb, Christian Kazimba, had the first place white-faced market lamb. His speckle-faced lamb weighed 144 pounds. Then we have Kiana Erickson's lamb that weighed 110 pounds. That was the lightweight champion. Next in line is Larson's lamb weighing 128 pounds. And then we have Sylvia Messett's lamb weighing 153 pounds. We have 43 pounds from the lightest to the heaviest in our championship run for our Grand Champion 2020 Market Lamb. In second place in these various classes, in the white face, second place went to Sarah Anderson. She'll be bringing that out shortly. There she comes, yep. And she's been busy showing a lot of other ones. Then in our lightweight Market Lambs, Caden Davis is there with his lamb. In the middleweight, we have Caden Davis's, and is shown by, let's see, I think, yep, that's Kale Inikin. And then we have Meta Davis on the other end. And that was the second place heavyweight lamb. We will be going down 5 places. Now a little extra information on the showmanship while our judges working the championship drive here. The intermediate show people, we will be placing down 5 places so that they will go into a premier Stockman's Award Showmanship Contest on Saturday. Since we don't have a judging teams and so forth this summer, the Young Stockman's or Junior Stockman's Award will be based more on the showmanship that will happen on Saturday. We do have the premier showmanship for the seniors, so in the senior showmanship we'll be going down 5 places as well. The necessity for going down 5 places is if somebody from the sheep show, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, whatever, they are also placed in a different species, they can pick which species they're going to show in the Premier Showmanship Contest. And if, for example, the first place senior sheep show person decided to show swine animal or pig, then their spot goes to the number 3 show person in the senior showmanship. So if you have questions on that, check with Maggie Post. I did a very abbreviated explanation there. But we will be placing down 1 through 5 in both the intermediate and the senior showmanship today. As our judge is working this championship drive, we'd like to reintroduce him. This is Jim Shorman. He hails from Everly, Iowa. He breeds Suffolks, Southdowns, and baby dolls. And he is also a veterinarian, so he's been getting a few vet questions today. He's also a feedlot consultant. Let's put our hands together for our show judge for today, Mr. Jim Shorman.
Well, thank you. I really enjoyed the lambs we got waiting today. Really strong lambs in every class, top to bottom. Been really fun working with the exhibitors and stuff and seeing what they've had to bring out here. So for our championship lineup, please give all these 8 lambs big round of applause. They really done a good job. I think there's a couple of individuals here that kind of stand out in my mind, but we'll go through these. The spec class, I think a lamb that won the class pretty easily. Got some tape for spec. Still got some design. And look to them, just letting you really appreciate to win that class. Second class, the influence lamb, real long bodied lamb, real hard handling lamb, a lot of elevation, real nice complete lamb, eye appealing type of lamb on the move. In the lightweight class, this weather here went very easily for me. Real good design down his top, real smooth made all the way through, a lot of power, real shallow. A few more pounds wouldn't hurt him, but that's why he's in the lightweight today. So he went in second in that division. Real attractive sound, lamb, big-footed. Got some shape and muscle to her. Just got out horsed by the line ahead of him, but very good lamb. We get down to the middleweight division. Really appreciate the design of this class of division champion middleweight lamb. Real shallow in the chest. Good deep in the flank. Good-footed. Put together very well. Lamb maybe gets a little softer in the handle today, but she carries the power muscle very well before the rear. The second place Lamb in that division, built very similar. They will have a rounder shoulder shape here today. That's what put her in reserve. But Lamb's got a lot of dimension, especially out to her hip and leg. and very attractive when you get out there and profile. On the heavyweight class or division, just a real power sheep here that won it. Very trim for the weight that he's handling today. Tremendous amount of muscle, especially like when you do it from the rib, get that real full deep leg, and very put together very well. The second place in that division, real trim, clean fronted type weather, real shallow rib, brown made. A lot of dimension and power to him. A little bit more condition compared to the one in the champion. The lamb really put together very nice, very fault-free, very strong made lamb. But all 8 of these lambs, very deserving of the awards they won today, and we'll go out here and select the Grand Reserve Champion market lamb. So congratulations to the exhibitors and everyone that's out here participating.
Sylvia Nessa is Grand Champion Market Lamb for 2022. Congratulations, Sylvia. Hey, Sylvia, hang on a minute. Kirby wants to give you something. Let's give Sylvia Nessa a nice round of applause, please. Congratulations. And you should have a little time to get your picture taken there, Sylvia. And the second place lamb the class came in for reserve consideration. And reserve champion goes to Meditatus from the heavyweight division. Congratulations, Meta. Let's give her a nice round of applause. Meditatus. We will be placing 3rd, 4th, and 5th yet. Third goes to Layden Larson in the middleweights there. Congratulations, Layden. Bringing in, oh, there we go. Kiana Erickson is 4th in the lightweight division. And I think both those 2 lambs are Kate's. And Kate, lamb being shown by Kale Enrique is 4th, or 5th, excuse me. And we are done. Let's send them all out with a nice round of applause, please. Nicole, it's William, isn't it? Or just Will? Will. All right, in our Peewees. This is the future of Jackson County sheep, and it looks really good. We got to get some girls in there too. All right, here we go. We have Lincoln Larson. Come on out, Lincoln. There we go. And we're going to introduce them each individually. They do not compete against each other, so your applause is their reward. So Lincoln is our first one out. Let's give Lincoln a nice round of applause, please, Lincoln. Then in the darker figured shirt is Liam Larson. Let's give Liam a nice round of applause, please. Oh, he's giving us a nice smile there. Good job, Liam. Then we have Will Staples in the mint-colored shirt. Let's give Will Staples a nice round of applause, please. And then on the other end, on the east end, is Cooper Nelson. Let's give Cooper Nelson a nice round of applause, please. Yes, the first two are kind of related.
Can you tell me your name?
They look a lot alike.
Lincoln.
The judge is talking to them, and if they feel comfortable with the mic, he'll let them use the mic. If they're not feeling comfortable, we want them to have a good experience. The judge will be just talking to them and relaying what they said a little later, after he's had a chance to talk to them.
What's your name? What's the point of something to do with it?
Judges getting fist bumps from these exhibitors.
What's your name? Do I have a name? Go ahead and plug it. A real good class here at Peewee Showmanship. A little quieter here in the first two, but I couldn't even get to compete between each other which one had the best slams. So, they seem to enjoy it out here, having a good time. Got name out there, yes and no on a few of them here, but done really good. We got a few names as we move down the line. They worked with them more, I think, on these back here, or their own land, so I think that kind of helped a little bit with talking. But we got real strong, and hopefully get out here next year and compete to get a little stronger. But thanks for bringing your lambs out, and have a good time.
All right. Now our Peewees are going to be getting a little gift here, and Kirby and Peyton have that for you. It's courtesy of Resch Family Suffolk's. And our first exhibitor to go is Lincoln Larson. Let's give Lincoln Larson a nice round of applause, please. And our taller gentleman helping here is Logan Ward. And we're very grateful for his help out here. And then our next exhibitor is Liam Larson. Let's give Liam a nice round of applause, please. They're getting a halter there. They're kind of different colors, so they have to pick. Next, we have Will Staples in the mint-colored shirt. Let's give Will Staples a nice round of applause, please. And our last gentleman there in the black shirt is Cooper. There we go, Cooper Nelson. Yes, let's give him a nice round of applause. I think I called his brother Hunter earlier, and it should have been Tanner. Sorry about that. All right, here we come. We are going to be starting with our junior show people. And anybody can be in this if you have completed 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade. So junior showmanship, if you want to bring your animals into the ring, we'll go ahead and begin. Okay, junior, here they come. First out is Layden Larson. Next, we have Daniel Staples. Then we have, I think it's, wait a minute, we're not sure which one's going to come first. Julia Whitney. And then Hannah, if I get the right name? Rachel Kazimba. Let's put our hands together for our junior show people, please. The banners that have been being presented all day for Champion Reserve are sponsored by Federated Rural Electric, and they also sponsored banners yesterday. So if you're ever in communication with the Federated Rural Electric, we would very much like to have you thank them and show appreciation for their support of our junior exhibitors here. So to reintroduce these, because you do not have a program, on this end we have Layden Larson. Next to Layden we have Kale Enderkin. Then we have Daniel Staples in the rust coral colored shirt. We have Julia Bidney, who's got the ULAM down there, second to the other end, and Rachel Kazimba. Let's put our hands together one more time for our show people, please. If you're wondering what the Showmanship Contest is about, the animals are only being judged on how they've been prepared, but overall it's the show is judged on how well the animals are presented, how well the showman does with showing the animal, as well as their knowledge here. Now what the judge is doing now is just moving people around to see how quickly the exhibitors can get their animal in place and get them set up. So this is not a definite placing at this time. This is the knowledge part where the judge goes in and talks to the exhibitors. once again, the judges doing some movement of these animals, kind of get another idea how they're working with their animals. We will be naming a champion and a reserve.
Real tough competition here with junior showmanship. All five have been out all morning and been able to watch the show there a little bit too. I'll put some of that burden in how places here. Seen over time, some lambs get a little tired and stuff, but talked with them about the 2 pointers and such and what I like about what they're doing and a few minor changes or whatever. But I'll go out here and congratulate your Grand Reserve champion for showmanship, the junior.
Chain goes to Kale Enderkin. Congratulations, Kale. And reserve goes to Lady Larson. Congratulations, Kale and Layden. Let's send them out with a nice round of applause, please. Kale and Layden, you guys need to get pictures taken. Congratulations, junior show people. All right, our next class is our intermediates, and we will be placing down 5 places. 5 places. And these will be exhibitors who have completed 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. We're going to go down 4 places, I guess. So introducing our show people, we have Kate Davis here. Next we have Hannah Kazembla. Then we have Tanner Nelson and Sylvia Nessett. Let's put our hands together for our intermediate show people, please. And once again, we'll be placing all the way down because of our Young Stockman's Award that is given in the intermediate division. Generally, they would earn points throughout the year, for each year, earning points in the project bowls, livestock project bowls, and in the judging program, and then at the county fair and in the showmanship contests. But since a lot of those have been canceled this year, they're going to go ahead and run very much similar to a premier showman on Saturday, and the first and second in each species will compete against each other for the Young Stockman's Award in the intermediate division. That's why we're going to be placing these down all the way through. In the event that one of these or 2 of these or 3 of these, actually 2 of these, decide to show in a different species for the premier on Saturday. Once again, I want to make sure that we thank the people who have been involved with our show today. Earlier, Corey Christopher was helping in the ring, and we kind of nabbed him. He's also one of the show superintendents, along with Matt Benda, who disappeared on me. Nope, there he is, up in the stands. Jim Nessick is also one of our superintendents. Gretchen Benda has been very helpful keeping track of clerking here. We have Logan Ward over here on the leaning against the fence, who's been helping with the showmanship. And then, of course, we got Maggie Post, who did all the heavy lifting as far as entries and organizing and so forth. And so when you see these people, please, please be sure and thank them for all their efforts to put together this youth show this year. Let's put our hands together for them. I think most of them are in the ring now. I should have said in the ring, they're ringside.
congratulations, give a round of applause to the intermediate showmanship class. You did a nice job. I talked with the exhibitors a little bit on what I've seen, little things, walk around the front, even when they're on profile, whatever, or on offside, to show the front of the animal, the side of the animal, switch a little bit. How you're holding the head on the profile, even right now, if the head gets too far forward, you want the head to come straight up out of the shoulder, little things like that. There's little hand placements and stuff, but overall, very nice class showmanship.
In the end, Sylvia, you are the grand champion, intermediate show person. Kate Tavis is our reserve champion this year. Let's give Kate a nice round of applause, please. Followed by Hannah Kazimba and Tanner Nelson. Let's send them out with one more nice round of applause, please. All right, now we have our seniors coming in. And once again, we'll try and get them introduced as they come in. First in the ring is Meta Tavis. Next we have Trace Michelson. Next we have Sarah Anderson with the White Lamb. Then we have Christian Kazimba and Kiana Erickson. Let's put our hands together for our senior showmanship here. Well, Jim, I don't know if I'd like to judge this class. He said he'd let me. No way. We do need to place these down 5. As Jim Shoulderman goes in to judge this last class of the day in the sheet, I think it's only right that we show our appreciation to him for working our show today. Jim Shoulderman from Waverly, Iowa, breeder of Suffolk, Southbound, Baby Dolls, veterinarian, feedlot consultant. Let's put our hands together for Jim, please, for today's judge. Thank you. Kind of unusual circumstances this year, and we're just very grateful that we can have a young man work our youth show. Once again, just a little review of what's going on out here in the ring. In showmanship, the judge is judging on how well the showman does show their animal, the preparation on the animal, their knowledge. And the first part that Mr. Showman's been doing has been working the lambs by moving them around in the ring to see how well the exhibitor can move them and get them set up and their awareness of where the feet and legs are on their animal. Then he'll be moving them around in different spots to see how they move their animals around into the different spots, how they're holding the animals, how they move around to the front end when he comes around to see the front ends on these animals. And then finally he goes in and talks to the exhibitors up and finds out their knowledge of the project. So kind of a threefold show going on out here.
We'd also like to give a big thank you to Brenda. She's been announcing at Jackson County Fair shows for a long time, and we really appreciate the job that she puts in. So if we could give her a round of applause, that would be great.
Thank you. Those of you in the stands on the north side, when the judge talked about side profiles, this is what he's looking at, is what the lens look on the side. So you can see the extension of the animal. That means how long it looks, how the depth in the rib that he talked about earlier, how the loin sets up there, ties into the rack, and the expression to the leg from the side view. Last minute housekeeping announcements. Please clean your pens, otherwise your auction check will be withheld. We do have a premium auction on Saturday morning, and we would really appreciate if those of you who are putting an animal into the auction, if you would make sure you get a picture of the exhibitor, your youth, holding that animal in one picture, and then label it with the first and last name, and then send it to Stacy Christopher's. There's a business card in the office with her phone number. It's Stacy Christopher's at gmail.com is where you can send the photos, and Stacy spelled Stacey, and then it's Christopher's ending in S. Like I said, you can pick up the business cards in the office, and she is putting together a slideshow for the livestock premium auction on Saturday. So you can text or email those pictures to Stacy. Very appreciative of her taking the pictures.
we have the senior showmanship finishing up. Real nice class. Everybody's very competitive here. Just a few minor details on some I like to give lamps a little harder, push a little harder from my touch so I get a better handle on them. Some maybe stretch a little touch too far, but just little minor details overall. I think this class did a really good job. Out here first, really appreciate that. Very few faults in what she's doing. Every once in a while, the light got a place, whatever. My biggest criticism sometimes maybe uncover that front more when I come around and want to look at the front. But very minor details. Standing in the second, and the same way every once in a while, I understand the lambs, the faults of your lambs and such. A nice job getting the lamb set up, getting the lamb on the move. A nice job, and the lamb don't want to race with her right now. And show quite as much. We've done a nice job when I get one handler. We're getting a nice touch in the lamb. Next three, just little things like this, stretching too far, getting the brace a little harder. And just being aware of the ring a little bit more. But congratulations. Thanks for having me judge your day. Really appreciate it. Evaluating the sheet and working with the kids here. Enjoyed my time. And congratulations and thank you. Congratulations to all exhibitors. Give a big round of applause.
Champion senior showperson is Kiana Erickson. Reserve is Meta Davis. Third is Sarah Anderson. Christian Kazinda is fourth, and Trace Michelson is fifth. Let's send them out with a nice round of applause. This is our very last class of the day. Our sheet. We have goats starting at 2 o'clock.
And once again, that concludes the Lamb and Sheep Show from this Wednesday afternoon. I want to once again thank the Jackson County Fairgrounds for letting us broadcast these events and these livestock shows. They are made possible by wonderful sponsors, Extended Ag Services, Federated REA, Farmers and Merchants State Bank, Sunshine Foods, C&B Operations, Southwest Minnesota Broadband, Bocat Building Supply, and Security State Bank. Once again, the Meat Goat shows will start at 2 o'clock.